Good morning and thank you for watching Southern Living Homestead. Today I'm going to take the Boston butt and I'm going to make barbecue pulled pork out of it. I'm going to make it in the crock pot, and I actually have a 10-pound one, and I'm going with something a little bit larger. That way I can cook it all today, use it for dinner tonight, and also freeze it up that it's already cooked and ready to go for other meals for other nights. Makes it easy for a busy night. I'm also going to be making gluten-free bread in the bread machine. I'm using this brand, Pamela's. And I'm also going to be making coleslaw with just the green cabbage that I had left in the fridge. So I'm going to use that up for tonight. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start getting everything prepped and see you in a bit. I have the Boston butt already in the crock pot holder, and I am actually using the Foodie Ninja Possible cooker. And I love it because it's got a lot of different settings you can use. So I'm going to do it on the slow cooker setting. I do have other crock pots, but I thought I would use this one today. So I have it all in here right now, and I'm going to go ahead and pour in chicken broth in with it. I like liquid with mine, so that way then it really shreds nice and easy at the end when you're pulling it apart. For this recipe, I am actually doubling it because it's so big. So I have 2 teaspoons of salt. Hi. All right, so I'm going to take 2 teaspoons of onion powder. And again, I am doubling this recipe because it is a fairly large Boston butt. And I'm going to take 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Yeah. And I'm going to mix that together. And I'm going to add some black crushed pepper. It's okay. All right, so now that I have that all mixed together, I'm going to pour it on the top and then pat it down. I'm going to go wash my hands. All right, so I'm going to take the 2 cups of barbecue sauce and I'm going to add it on top of the Boston butt. And you're going to set aside 2 cups for later, once it's done being cooked and when you shred it apart. And you're going to add the 2 cups to the top of that as well, once it's all cooked. Hi, how are you? Hi. It's okay. Hi. All right, so now that I have that all ready to go, I'm just going to evenly spread this around. That way make sure that every little area is covered with the barbecue sauce. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. Put my lid on top. I'm going to hit the power button. I have it on slow cook. I'm going to put it on low. And for my time, I want it to cook 8 hours. You can cook it 7 to 8 hours, but I want to do 8 hours. And then you hit start. And there it goes for that. Now that I have the Boston butt cooking in the Ninja Foodie, I am actually going to go ahead and start chopping up the cabbage and start making the coleslaw. I'm not doing much because my husband and I are the only ones that actually like coleslaw, and we actually put it on top of our pulled pork in a bun. Recipe, you are going to need a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, You're going to need 2 tablespoons of sugar.
I'm not sure what happened to the video clip, but I did add 1.5 tablespoons lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of black crushed pepper.
This will be my first time trying this recipe. Normally we get like the pre-kits that you just mix the dressing and the coleslaw packet together, and that's very easy. But I actually had, yes, I had some cabbage in the fridge that I needed to use up. So I decided, let's give this a shot and see how this turns out. It's okay. I know. Hi. Hi. What you doing? What you doing? Where did he go? There you go. Yeah. My reward. That's okay. We'll go ahead and just wipe that up. Alright, so it's all mixed together, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and put it in the fridge so that way it is ready for tonight. I'm going to wrap it up. I actually thought I'd give it a try and see how it tastes. It's really good. Actually a lot easier to make than I thought it would be. And stuff I already had at the house instead of going out and actually buying a packet for tonight. This was really good. Using up what we have already in the refrigerator. I really like it. Normally I have cabbage on hand a lot because my son absolutely loves having cabbage sauteed. It's really good. So anyways, this was really easy. I will definitely post the recipe. Now wrapping it up. Who could resist to try to taste it? It looks good. It tasted good. Everything looks really good so far. We are going to start on making the bread next. First, I just thought I would get this little one down for a nap. He's definitely ready for a nap, huh? You say hi? Hi. You gonna wave? You gonna wave? Hi. See you in a bit. Take a 1/3 cup of oil. Right.
And put it in there?
No, we're gonna put it in the big measuring cup.
Big?
Yeah, can you pour that into there? Good job, bud. Okay, we're just gonna set that aside. Now we need...
I tried a little bit.
Thanks. All right, now we're gonna need to add some eggs, and we need 2 large eggs. Add 2 eggs, and again, I always save my eggshells. Good for the garden. I'm gonna crack those into here. Can you count for me?
1, 2.
Good job. Good job.
It's
We're going to add water and fill it up to our measuring cup line 2. See, there's the 2. We don't want to go all the way past that. And we have warm water. Not hot, warm. We zapped it for like 38 seconds. Perfect, bud. All right, so that's up to the line. What's number? Line number 2. Good job. And we also need additional 2 tablespoons of water to add to it. Okay?
Okay.
Can you pour these in there for me?
Okay.
Good job. Sounds like someone woke up from their nap, huh? All right. Okay, here's another one. Go ahead and add that in. That makes 2. Okay. It's okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and mix this. Mix the eggs. Want to go ahead and mix the eggs? Help me?
Yeah.
Good job, bud. I think there's one more egg in there. Let me do Try again. Go again. Good job. Perfect. We're going to pour this liquid into the bread maker. And something I always like to make sure when using the bread machine is make sure that this little attachment piece is already in there. That way when you pour everything in, it's You don't have to put it in there. Okay, so go ahead and dump this into here. Good job. Wow. Good job.
Got everything.
Perfect. We're going to take the flour and dump it in here. Can you help? So make sure we get it all in there. Slowly pour. Good job. So the liquid's going first.
It's like a mountain.
Like a mountain?
Yeah.
The liquid's going first. And then the bread mix. All right, so now we're going to make like a little well on the top. A little well. So when you pour the yeast packet in there, first I'm going to level this out and then make a well. Make a little well, so that way it's got like a little bed for the yeast packet. Okay. I'm going to pour the yeast packet in so that way it doesn't go everywhere.
Okay.
This helps make the bread rise. Did you know that? Pretty neat, huh? Okay, so see how I pour it right?
We're making bread?
We are making bread. So I'm just pouring it right in there. Okay. Just get all the little...
With a hole.
Yeah.
I took the mixture that we put in the pan and I set it in the bread machine. I set it to a setting of 2 pounds for the bread size with a medium crust. I then put it on the setting number 9 for gluten-free. And I hit the start button.
All right.
Add another one.
All right, all done. There we go. Now we're going to go to Costco.
Okay.
The bread is now done. Looks really good.
The bread is finally ready. It took 2 hours and 44 minutes. I let the bread rest for a good hour and a half. That way it'd cool down before I go to cut into it. Everyone really wants to try some. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up a few slices. Now when I go to serve the pulled pork on top of this, I will toast up my bread and the buns, the wheat buns, in the gourmet oven. That way it gives like a nice toasty flavor to it.
You could even use just a regular toaster to toast the buns or bread.
Also, you want to pull out the mixing blade too on the bottom of the loaf. That's also why you want to let this cool down too before you do that, because that will be extremely hot. Okay, and I'm going to show you how everything looks. We're at 2 hours and 38 minutes left on the pulled pork.
The Boston butt is finally done. I'm going to set it on warm so that way we can go for soccer practice and have it when we get home. We're home from soccer. Everyone's very hungry. Smells amazing and we can't wait to eat. It was so heavy, I was actually having trouble trying to get it out of the pot. I actually needed my husband's help in order to pull it out. Once you have shredded the pork, don't forget to add the 2 cups of barbecue sauce that you set aside for later. Mix it together. I shredded a small portion, that way I could get dinner on the table right away. I figured I'd shred the rest later. I added melted cheese to everyone's sandwich. This is the gluten-free sandwich, and it cut very nicely. The bread was held very nice. As you can see, the consistency looks amazing. This is the pulled pork on top of a wheat bun. It took a while to shred everything. I did it all by hand instead of cutting it or taking 2 forks and really trying to shred it. I used my hands, that way I could really feel for all the fat pieces and pull all those out. But I was able to get 4 other packs of it for other meals. I used the quart size Ziploc bags. I have 2 for nacho plates and 2 for other nights for sandwiches. These will be good in the freezer for up to 3 months. Thank you for watching Southern Living Homestead.